Sweden and Finland, a terrific hockey rivalry, and they are about to meet here at the 2023 IIHF World Hockey Championship. Sweden has been stingy, 2 straight wins. Finland got off to a bit of a rough start against Team USA with a loss. Followed that up with a victory over Germany. And Finland and Sweden about to meet. There are the officials for this game tonight. Anders Ansons of Latvia, Mads Franson of Denmark are the referees. Brett Mackey of Surrey, BC, and Simon Sedek of Slovakia are the linesmen for this game. Coaching for Finland, Jukka Jalonen. First coaching job was here in Tampere with Ilves back in 1992, looking for back-to-back golds. And Sam Hallam, first year behind the bench for Sweden. Another SHL championship for him in Boxio, his 4th championship in the SHL, and he is behind the bench for Sweden. And this should be a good contest between these two teams.
Oh, it's going to be great. And Dennis, I was just noticing, both teams line up at the blue line at first, and they salute each other with the sticks. Both teams finally got everybody on the blue line. They both kind of went, yeah, right. And they went on. That pretty much tells you, yeah, there's emotion between these two teams, these two countries. They love each other or hate each other. It's going to be a great matchup.
That's exactly what it is. They love each other and hate each other. You are bang on, Brian Engelman, because a lot of the players will play in different countries. There's a look at the netminders. Emil Larmi will get the start in goal for Finland. Lars Johansson will get the start for Sweden. Johansson, 19 of 19. He stopped in his first World Championship game. Mikko Rantanen with a real good round of applause as he gets introduced here at Nokia Arena in Tampere. This gets deflected in, and after it is Lehtinen. Lehtinen had the game-winning goal for Finland in that win over Germany a couple nights ago. Led the tournament for defensemen in scoring last year, and he'll dump it in. Hartikainen, Rantanen, Lehtinen. Lehtinen will send it in, and Johansson will hang on to it.
If I'm Finland, I'm thinking, okay, Sweden hasn't allowed a goal in 2 games. Okay, they got 2 shutouts. Let's get out there, score a couple of goals, and put them under pressure. And theoretically, you could say Sweden would be facing adversity early on for the very first time in this tournament, and especially with the impact of the emotion between these two countries. Be interesting to see how this game unfolds.
As silly as it sounds in Game 3, if Finland wants to finish in the top 2, there's a chance. This is a big game for them, especially with the United States sitting at 3-0. There's a shot by Par Lindholm, who opened the scoring in the game last night. And a save made by Emil Larmi.
Well, Finland's had it tough. It was a zinger. That 4-1 loss to Team USA in that first game, that was a zinger for them. Then they came back with a really good, solid, tough game and a win against Germany. But for Sweden, they just haven't given up anything. It hasn't just been about the goaltending. It's obviously the way they play up and down the ice.
Sandin for Grundstrom. He tried to get it back to the blue line. Looking for Henrik Tomernes, and this makes its way all the way back into the Swedish end of the ice. Grundstrom back for it, trying to lend some support. It's poked around the boards. Armia goes after it, but it's cleared up the middle. Peterson will send it on for Grundstrom. Grundstrom puts on the brakes, lets the shot go. It's off a leg and wide. Makes its way to the far side boards, and Joel Armia will play it up for Koivisto. Looking for a change. He'll just play it back into his own end. Olli Mata will leave it there, and then he'll head to the bench to complete the change. Seppala slides this in. Kasperi Kapanen goes in after it. Kapanen to the backboards. Chopped away at it. And unable to get it up front was Pessinen, and it's flipped back up, and Nylander will dish it off. Shot. Larmi makes the save off that backside on a good quick wrister from Leo Carlson, the youngster who had a very good game last night.
Carlson's a top prospect that all the pro teams are keeping an eye on. He's gotten better and better as the tournament's gone on.
Bengtson had it, lost it, gets it back. On for Nemeth. Nemeth for Nylander. Nylander sends this up the middle, and Oscar Lindberg, who leads Sweden in shots on goal with 9 coming into this game, has also been very good in the faceoff department, winning 18 of 30 for a 60% success rate. Berggren will skate this in. Berggren will drop it back. Lindberg plays it around the boards, back for Berggren. Berggren gets it to the line, shot to the short side. Larmy makes the save. Back to the near side, a blast from the line by Pudas, and that got deflected, and a good save by Larmy. Anton Lindholm will stop this at center ice. Lindholm has it poked off his stick. A little bit of room for Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen gets taken down. Crowd reacts. Silverberg will stuff this up the boards and out the center. Back through Manninen. He'll go to the backboards. Another good tournament going for Sakari Manninen.
Yeah, he's the only guy in this game that has 2 goals. That top line, Hartikainen, Rantanen, and Manninen. Those 3 guys really do things, make great plays in small spaces once they get in the zone.
Drop for Hartikainen. He got spun around. Manninen fires, save made. Rebound. Bounces in front of the net. Hartikainen tracks it down. Rantanen makes his way to the front of the net. Rasmus Sandin trying to knock it away from Manninen. Gets a little bit of help on the far side from Sorensen, and it's cleared out the center. Slammed right back in by Jiri Seppala. In on the forecheck is Capo Cackle. Patrick Nemeth has it. Plays it around the boards, kept in by Billy Polka. Shot deflected and cleared away, and back now for Peterson. Peterson has Grundstrom headed to the net. Peterson tried to get it there, deflected away. Armia puts it in behind his own net for Billy Polka. And it gets jammed up the boards and out the center.
This ice surface is 5 feet wider than NHL ice surfaces. So early on in the game, for forwards especially, they can get in the offensive zone and get some feel. You can play around the outside and keep the puck on your stick a little better than you can in NHL games, especially the way the game is played here in Europe, where the players stay in the middle of the ice for the most part.
Carl Lindholm sends it in, sharp angle shot. First time from the right side from Peterson, second time from the left side from Anton Lindholm. Penalty coming up to Sweden. Finland will get the game's first power play. And Carl Lindholm will slowly make his way to the penalty box. Tripping will be the call, and he is one of Sweden's best penalty killers.
That's a bad penalty, no doubt. I mean, reaching like that as you're coming out of the offensive zone, that's a real bad penalty, a way to start out. Here's a couple of looks at the shots on goal for either team so far. Again, the goaltending has been perfect for 2 games for Sweden. It'll be tested here on the power play for Finland.
Finland 2 for 4 with the man advantage. A 50% success rate. Sweden has been perfect in the 5 penalty kills that they've had to kill. Manninen tracks it down, sends it for Lehtinen and on for Rantanen. Rantanen wires it short side, gets his own rebound. It bounces up in the air and batted away from the front of the net by Nemeth. Cross ice for Manninen, that is intercepted. And De La Rose will skate it out. Sends it in deep, and he'll turn and head to the bench. On the line change, and Marcus Sorensen will follow. Kari Lehtinen on for Manninen. Manninen slides it through. Tried to get that across for Jiri Salonen. Intercepted and cleared down the ice.
That cross-ice pass by Rantanen was kind of a strange play. He had lots of time and room, a bit of a forced play. Rantanen's been good, as he always is. 54-goal season for Colorado, but he hasn't been real effective at the net yet.
Lehtinen being watched there by Jonathan Pudas. Gets it for Rantanen. Rantanen takes a shot from Anton Lindholm. Mannanen, Kasperi, Kapanen, Lehtinen, Rantanen. Rantanen near side. Back it goes up top for Lehtinen, and that shot never got through. Grundstrom got in front of it. Sakari, Mannanen, wrist shot to the far side, and that whistled wide.
That shot from the top, Mikko Rantanen wanted that puck on the right wing side so badly. He was wide open by 15 feet for a one-timer that would have had half the net open. He never got the puck.
Cleared around the boards with now just 10 seconds left in the man advantage. Pessinen, he gets tied up at center. Olimata is on it for Kasperi, Kapanen. Kapanen backdoor looking for Kakko, and that got tipped away. Power play is over. Patrick Nemeth. One shot on that power play for Finland. Back at the line. Olimata's blast, and that never got through. Joel Armia's shot, and that never got through. Blocked by Silverberg. And it caroms all the way back into the Finland zone. Olimata will leave it there and head to the bench on the change, and Jiri Sepala will take the look, sees some open ice, and up he goes. Billy Polka plays it through. Marco Antila, the captain of this Finnish team. The veteran, 37 years of age, played up on the boards. Oksanen had his stick held. The crowd reacted to that. Antila lets it fly. Polka from the right side. He's shot off his stick and high. And taken by Andre Peterson for Sweden. On for Henrik Tomernes, settles it down, sends it rink wide. Peterson will carry it in. Peterson in behind Emil Larmi. He's getting chased there by Sepala. Jonathan Pudas was thinking about going in from the right point, elects to backtrack, stops it at the line, puts it back in. Offside is called against Sweden. Scoreless here, Sweden, Finland on TSN. Game still looking for its first goal. There has been chances, more chances for Finland with that early power play. For this Sweden team, a major turnover in the roster from last year. And so far, so good for new coach Sam Hallam. Lehtinen on for Rantanen. Rantanen sends it rink wide. Hartikainen will chase this down. Teemu Hartikainen leaves for Rantanen. Back at the line for Sepala. He'll drive it back from where it came. And Pudas on the turnover. Rantanen short side. And it went off the end of his stick.
He fanned on it, yep.
He was debating between shooting and passing, and puck got rolling on him.
It was a great steal, though. I mean, he read that play, and he walked right in, stole it, and then, yeah, you're right. I think he changed his mind, looked up, and it rolled off the heel of the stick.
Pudas trying to send that one all the way up, and this will be an icing call against Sweden.
Watch Rantanen here. Look at that. He reads that play coming out. The pass was intended for Leo Carlsson. He takes a look. Prior to that, this was Rantanen also. That was off the outside of the post. and that was on the power play earlier on. So Rantanen's had a couple of touches. That's bad news for Sweden. The more touches he gets, the better Finland will be. It's just been interesting, though, to watch Mikko Rantanen because he is such a superstar player. What a year he had in Colorado with injuries that they had. Landeskog who missed the year, and people said, well, he just kind of played on a really good line. He carried Colorado this year with a 54-goal, 105-point season. Terrific stuff for him, and he'll do the same here for Finland. It's a big game for him.
Third in goals, 8th in NHL scoring was Rantanen. Kasperi Kapanen sends this down low. Lamikko gets it back up top, and the shot from the line from Ottima is stopped and held by Johansson.
That was a bit of a miscommunication by the Swedes. Sandin, I think, was Bengtsson. He thought his forward was going to get it along the wall, and he didn't. And so next thing you know, they're stuck inside their zone. Finland keeps it in and ends up getting a shot to the net.
Nemeth will play this up the boards and send up for Silfverberg. Silfverberg sends it in, comes around. De La Rose trying to chop it back down low. Ole Mata trying to drive it out. Armia in the battle as well. And it's on for Salonen and on for Kakko. Kakko trying to get that back to the front of the net. No one there in a dark jersey. And taken by Silfverberg, and he'll bounce it out at center. Finland on the regroup. Nicholas Freeman plays it on and up at center and in for Matten Pala. And play again, whistle down on the offside. Scoreless, Sweden and Finland. Czechia leading Latvia 1-0 over in Riga. Action tomorrow. Germany, or rather Denmark and Austria will start things off here. Good start to the tournament so far for Denmark. And then France and Hungary. Game that could very well have relegation implications, although France has looked good in the early going of this World Championship.
You see Bjornanen on that face-off in the neutral zone, sticking his head in there. Really some good work there. For coaches coming into most games in a tournament like this, they're worried about structure. And then as the game goes along, you think, well, we got to get our battle level up. I don't think either coach had to worry about the battle level for the teams here. When Sweden plays Finland, yeah, they know their structure, but the battle level is going to be up. And I love seeing that Bjornanen. He was just literally sticking his head in there like a bull. Like, no, I'm not giving an inch. And the face-off outside the blue line, not in the end zone.
Coming into the game, Bjornanen won 20 of 32 face-offs, 62.5% success rate. He won 11 of 14 in the 4-3 win over Germany.
He just got another one.
Sandin will take this back. Speaking of players having very good World Championship, Sandin will certainly fall into that category. Rasmus Sandin going from Toronto to Washington.
Yeah, he has. He's been very assertive, both ends of the ice for Sandin. There's a look at Leo Carlsson, who's a tremendous top prospect. Coming up in this upcoming draft, he ended up losing his twig here and has to go back for a new one. But back to Sandin. Sandin, you knew was going to get a lot of ice time. And there's a solid group of Swedes for sure. Not sometimes over the past years, Sweden will have a superstar on defense. You can't claim that this year, but they've been really good.
They registered 2 players today. There was lots of talk about William Nylander and whether he was coming or not. They added 2 more forwards today. Fabian Zetterlund, who ended up in San Jose from New Jersey, in that 9-player, if you count players and draft picks, 9 involved in that trade for Timo Meier. And then Linus Johansson, who was the captain in Färjestad the past 3 seasons. But they only have 6 defensemen.
They're waiting for somebody.
Out at center for Rantanen. Rantanen will drop it. Hartikainen follows up on the pass from Manninen. Manninen coming into the game with good numbers. 8 shots on goal to lead the team, and he's added to that already. Lehtinen to the front of the net. The puck is loose and poked away just before Hartikainen was going to wire it. Berggren takes this to the outside, spins it into the corner, turning and firing on the forehand. Good quick release there. That's one of the new players that was added. That was Zetterlund. Now it's bounced out at center.
Yeah, that one kind of exploded on Larmy. He didn't expect that.
Long slap shot. Pudas firing that one from the line. Save made. Kasperi Kapanen on for Ville Polka. Gets deflected in. Jacob de la Rose chases it down. Pudas will send it on up the boards. It got turned over. Capo Kakko. Or Pestinen rather lets the long shot go. That got turned aside. Controlled in the corner. And now a couple players down they go. Loose puck. Save made by Johansson. On a quick shot there from Lamiko. Almost turned over in the slot. And now a good second effort there by the captain of the Swedish team, Jacob Silfverberg, to get that out the center.
The Finns have had a couple of good rotations in the Swedish zone. Sweden hasn't really gotten to their game yet in the offensive zone. There's been a lot of pressure. Well, incidental contact away from the play there. A couple of players go down.
Armia and Grundstrom collide. Yoel Armia after the loose puck, puts it into the corner, comes back up. Olli Mata jumps in from the line. Mata has it for Armia. Carl Lindholm trying to take it away from Armia. Came back to the line. Salonen holds it in. Capo Kakko is on it. Kakko turns, puts on the brakes. Capo Kakko lets it go. That hit a body. And Andre Peterson will send it back down the ice. Ultima up for Olli Mata. Capo Kakko through the middle of the ice will send it in.
Capo Kakko is due for a goal. He's had a lot of looks, not a lot of good luck in this tournament so far, but he's around the net a lot.
Jornanen tried to break free and he got squeezed out on the far side boards. Dangerous rink wide pass, but Antila couldn't get that stick down to knock it down. And Emil Larmi will snap it back up against the traffic. Antila had to get away from him. Tomernes will send it back in for Nylander. Nylander twisting and turning, trying to lose the checking Freeman. Pudas jumps in from the line, sends it on for Leo Carlsson. Carlsson's pass came outside the line. Lindholm pulls it back in, but that is offside.
both teams put together. The Swedes a traditional 6 defensemen, but the Finns have 4 sets of D. They like to run their 4 units of 5 men. So it'll be interesting to see as the game goes on. Naturally, coaches always get down to who's playing the best, but an extra set of D in the lineup for the Finns.
Odi Atama on the far side will try and get this out. Taken by Hartikainen. Teemu Hartikainen on for Lehtinen. Lehtinen plays it around the boards. Manninen waits for it. Sakari Manninen trying to get it down low. 2 goals and 3 points for Manninen so far in this tournament. There's a shot, save made. Rantanen let that one fly. Comes back at the line, slap shot. That whistles high and wide off the stick of Ultima. And now Jonathan Pudas sends it on. Berggren trying to bust his way in. Berggren squeezed out in the corner. Gets a little bit of help there from Zetterlund. Now got knocked down, takes a look over at the referee, has some advice for the referee. Zetterlund has the puck. And Zetterlund's pass was behind Berggren. And Patrick Nemeth will corral it at center. Nemeth will send this back in. Taken there by Mikael Seppala and slipped all the way down the ice. And 37-year-old Lars Johansson will hang on to it.
Johansson's been so good in goal. In fact, he's been perfect, of course. And when you get that kind of goaltending, the Swedish team knows that if they make a blunder here or there, that they're going to get bailed out. And that means an awful lot. And we were talking about the atmosphere here. You see some great costumes here, and you have sections of Swedes sitting here in uniform. It's great to see.
Kapanen the shot. Johansson makes the save on that. And will hang on to it.
Right off the face-off. Yeah, terrific chance there. Kapanen just looping up and around there and was able to find some fresh ice and open space. Got a good shot on net. The thing about Johansson, he's got that cool, calm demeanor. He doesn't move much in the net. He just squares up all the time. And it's not just the fact of making the save, it's the confidence that he gives you, how he makes them.
Right off the draw, Bengtsson will carry it straight up, gets it for Jacob Silfverberg, throws it out front. Down low defensively was Kasperi Kapanen to scoop that away, but Sweden will keep it in the zone. Dropped off for Silfverberg. Silfverberg trying to take it to the net. Sorensen on the forecheck on the far side. Trying to angle Ville Poka towards the boards. Rasmus Sandin slowly out of his own zone, gets it for Per Lindholm. He went to deflect it in, and it hit someone on the Finnish bench who had a glove hanging over the boards.
For defensemen on both teams on these regroups, both teams will fall back if they can't get on the forecheck. As we take a look at the chance that Sweden had on the short side, both teams will fall back into the neutral zone. So for defensemen on the regroup that have the puck, that first pass coming out of the zone is critical. You try to force something to your forward, and he turns and runs into a brick wall. Then the counter comes back up at you. It's going to be an outnumbered attack. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on both sets of D-men coming out of their zone.
5 shutouts so far in the World Championship. 2 belong to Sweden, 2 belong to Switzerland, 1 belongs to Canada. Rasmus Sandin plays it around for Andre Peterson. Peterson will leave it for Per Lindholm. Lindholm chips it in. First on the puck, though, is Koivisto. Sends it right back for Yoel Armia. Armia forced to the outside by Sandin, and Sandin comes up with it. Plays it on for Peterson. Peterson will play it back into his own zone, and Sandin will try it again. On for Henrik Tomernes. He was getting pressured. And Tomernes will just slip this into the Finland zone. Ole Mata plays it ahead. Bjornanen back into his own zone, and now cleared up by Matten Palo. Antila with the shot to the short side. Save made off the backboards. Under 2 to go here in the opening period. Shot from the line, deflected in front. Jornanen looked like he may have got a stick on that and it would overtop the net. Oksanen trying to outmuscle Lindholm. And the pass back to the line. Zetterlund got a stick on that and deflected it away.
Boy, it's tight checking in both ends of the ice. Both teams very conscious of that. The zone is one thing, but whoever's closest to you, they are tying sticks up and getting good body position.
Bengtson's pass goes off a stick and out of play.
Getting shots to the net of any form, there's a good look. That's exactly what you were talking about, Dennis. There was no doubt about a redirection there right on the doorstep. Jornanen got that one up and over. Goaltender Johansson wasn't sure where things went, but he knew it wasn't behind him. That's all that mattered.
Bengtsson on for Silfverberg. Silfverberg forced to the outside by Lehtinen. Chipped back down low by Sorensen. Silfverberg trying to work it off the backboards. Slipped back to the near side, and Mikko Lehtinen with a goal and an assist so far in this tournament sends it ahead for Rantanen. Rantanen in a battle there with Bengtsson. Sakari Manninen after a loose puck. Delarose had him all wrapped up. Jammed ahead, and Seppala will hold it in down for Rantanen. Hartikainen. For Rantanen in front of the net for Manninen. Hartogrek for Rantanen again. On for Hartikainen. Rantanen dragged down in front of the net. Play goes on. Silfverberg trying to clear the zone. Hartikainen works it off the corner boards. Oh, he drills Nemeth on the reverse hit.
That was nasty.
Manninen trying to chop it loose. Rantanen has it. Rantanen for Manninen away from him, and Silfverberg will just slip it out of the Swedish zone, and Sweden escapes the first period, and Rantanen giving it to the referees.
He's ranting and raving, that's for sure. He is angry there. Some good plays. Sorensen may have saved a goal for Sweden. A big-time push for Finland at the very end, but otherwise a very structured first period as we expected.
Shots are 10-6 in favor of Sweden. Shots were 9-8 in favor of Sweden. Scoreless after 20.
Joo, siinä on, se oli hyvä.
Joo. Oli ihan vitun lähellä vaan.
Sä et uskaltanut sen takia kääntää.
En sen takia, kun mä olin niin lähellä.
Se oli hyvä, se oli hyvä.
Harmittaa, jos se oli ihan vitun auto. Katsotaan se nopea. Hienoa ajat, hyvää tekemistä saat.
good, we're good, we're good. Come on. Play. Out. Good job. Play. Play the puck. We're good. He's outside. Still outside, okay? Ja, men nu är han lite kvar offside. Liksom.
A heated first period is done and a heated second period about to begin. Emil Larmi faced 9 shots in that opening period, stopped all 9 in goal for Finland, his second start, and also the second start for Lars Johansson. He faced 8, stopped 8. And the second period about to get going here in what was a very good first period.
It was, and Silverberg had a hook on Rantanen at the very late stages, the last couple of seconds there. Rantanen was hot. He went right after the referees right away, yelling and screaming before he went off the ice. We'll see where that goes moving forward.
There was the hook, there was the reverse hit. The period ended in fine fashion. Larmi will leave it for Lehtinen. Plays it back behind his own net, and Otama will swing it up out at center for Rantanen. Rantanen got double teamed, and this will get cleared all the way down the ice. And this will be an icing call as De La Rose sends it down.
Yeah, I would give Finland the advantage in that first period as far as possession time. Certainly their power play helped in that department. But I thought they had the Swedes backed off a little bit more often. Swedes had a couple of looks at the net, but they'll be looking to improve their offensive chances here the rest of the game.
De La Rose and Manninen face off. On the puck is Rantanen. Lost his footing on the tight turn, and now Silverberg plays it on for Sorensen. Sorensen will bounce this in. Lehtinen, the long stretch pass for Rantanen, off his stick and in. Hartikainen goes in after Lindholm. Lindholm makes the pass. Back for Patrick Nemeth, and Nemeth will send it in. Leo Carlson off the corner boards, poked away from him by Olli Mata. Armia follows up on the play, gets it up at center. Pile up in front of the Finland bench. Everybody appears to be all right. Rasmus Sandin to the bench. Alexander Nylander up and a little slow to get up after that collision, but appears to be all right. Around for Salonen. Puck got rolling on him, taken by Leo Carlson. Carlson coming off his best game in the 2 that he's played at this level. In across for Olli Mata. Mata puts it into the slot. Quick shot there by Salonen. That got turned away. Back to the line for Veli-Pekka. Plays it all the way around the boards. Joel Armia waits for it. Armia dodges one check. Dishes it off for Capo Caco. He tried to go high short side. That's blocked by Johansson. All the way out at center, looking for that long stretch pass was Seppala, but tied up in the corner and taken by Henrik Tomernes. Tomernes plays it through for Par. Lindholm sends it in. Lindholm goes in after it. Lindholm gets tied up in the corner, and Kasperi Kapanen comes up with the puck. Matin Palo, the defenseman, was going to join the rush and now backs off. Sandin will leave it behind his own net for Par Lindholm. Lindholm lost it, gets it back. Nice tight turn, and buys himself a little bit of room against the checking of Harry Pessanen. Lindholm carries in, wrist shot to the short side, and Larmi will snare it.
After watching 2+ games so far from each team, I would say if you looked at Finland, I would say Capo Caco is the guy that he just do. He doesn't have a goal yet. He's looked frustrated at times. He's been good. And for Sweden, Jonathan Berggren. Berggren's been an opportunistic guy who's gotten into scoring chances as well, and he is still an 0-4 in the goal department as well.
Lehtinen on for Otama. Nemeth jumps in from the line. Puts this back in behind the Finland net. Zetterlund in a battle in behind the net there with Lehtinen. Nemeth in from the line, trying to work it to the front of the net for a shot. Ended up loose and on the stick of Lindberg, and the shot never got through. Oksanen takes this wide into the Swedish zone. Marco Antila. Koivisto. Doesn't see a shooting lane, dishes off to Oli Mata. Mata takes it to the net, poked off his stick, and now back up the ice for Berggren. Berggren tried the toe drag around Koivisto. Sharp angle shot, that's blocked. Back to the line for Anton Lindholm. And the pass down low, picked off on a good defensive play there by Koivisto.
Yeah, the Finns don't get locked in their own zone much. Yeah, they're doing a really good job there. The Swedes have had trouble on the rush and sustaining.
Lindholm sends it in on the right side. They are going to rule that this was not touched, and it'll be an icing call.
So now that we're in the second period, the Finns having been able to sustain attack inside the zone a little bit more, they can run the Swedes around and run them into the ground a little bit. You have that fatigue factor happen while you're a long ways away from your bench. That could be a factor here in this second period.
Nice round of applause for Teppo Numminen, who is in the building. Zetterlund gets squeezed out on the far side, and the puck back to the Swedish line. Anton Lindholm sends it in, gives Rantanen a little tap as Rantanen goes by. Puck comes up the boards. Rantanen with Manninen. And around the boards now for Sorensen. Sorensen straight up the ice. Lets the long shot go, and that is grabbed and held. Of course, Lindholm and Rantanen both have worn the Colorado jersey.
For the Swedes so far in the two games, Lindholm, Nemeth, Everberg, their goal scorers. For the Finns, you've got Lehtinen with a goal, Armia with a goal, Manninen with 2, Hartikainen with 1.
There's only a handful of Finnish players, or Swedish players rather, that do not have points. Their offense has been very well spread out. Kamernes gets it back at the line. Sandin with the wrister. Freeman back in behind his own net, trying to get that up for Yoel Armia. Salonen plays it up at center. Armia's all tied up there with Sandin, and they're going to whistle it for icing. Armia, I'm not sure, is in agreement with the call.
Neither coach was willing to give away anything, which kind of makes sense. Both of them showing their respect for the opposing team and saying we know them very well and we're going to have to be tight on our structure, and yeah, they know how to make plays, etc., etc. It was pretty diplomatic when it came to the interviews of the coaches.
Henrik Kamernes, wrist shot off the blocker of Larmi and up into the netting. Latvia has scored 2 quick goals and a 2-1 lead for Latvia over Czechia. And you can imagine how loud that building is after that.
Yeah, when the hometown teams are in, just some fantastic stuff. You look around the audience here and seeing the huge sections of the Swedish jerseys all sitting together, and then of course so many Finns here, and everybody waiting for that first goal to be scored here.
Power play coming up, and it's going to go to Finland. As I think it is Peterson that is going to get ticketed here. He got tied up in center ice with Pessinen. And Finland will go to the power play for the second time in this game.
Yeah, this back check is a little too tight. Yeah, no doubt about that one. So the 2 penalties that they've taken, at least that one was a battle. The first penalty that was taken was just a plain a bad penalty. So there's not a good road that Sweden is going down when it comes to becoming short-handed.
Finland's power play last year in the tournament was second best at 36.3%. And right now 2 for 5 in the early going of this World Championship. Lehtinen, who had the winner on a power play midway through the third period for the 4-3 win over Germany. Have to feel for Germany. 3 pretty good games.
Yeah.
and nothing to show for it. 3 one-goal losses. Lehtinen plays it across. Manninen, Rantanen fanned on it. It's a couple of times.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, he had a great chance in the first period. As soon as he looked up and rolled off the heel of the stick, that time the toe.
Maybe his sticks didn't arrive. He's borrowing someone's. He'll be glad to give them back. Rantanen puts it behind the net. Jonathan Pudas breaks it up. Manninen unable to hold it in. And he'll send it back for Lehtinen.
Pudas and Tomernes on defense for Sweden have had very good tournaments. They get out there and kill a lot of penalties, and they match up against the top guys on the opposition an awful lot.
As a result, Rantanen led Finland in ice time. Pudas led Sweden in ice time in that opening period.
And the difference would have been that one power play for sure, where Rantanen stayed out for virtually the entire time.
Tomernes, Lindholm, Pudas, and Grundstrom are the only returning players from last year's Sweden team, a team that had a very good preliminary round and then ran into Canada in the quarterfinals and lost. And the coaching staff knew as well. Lehtinen for Sakari Manninen, who spent this past season in the American Hockey League in Henderson, the farm team of the Vegas Golden Knights. Pudas plays it up the boards. Lindbergh is after it. Lindbergh trying to bust free, had Grundstrom with him, and he had his pocket picked in the neutral zone. Lindholm trying to clear. Good effort by Lindholm on the second try. He'll get it down the ice.
Yeah, that was Hartikainen on that back check in the neutral zone. Finland might have been in trouble, even though Sweden was short-handed. Hartikainen makes those kind of plays behind the scenes. You notice how good he is with a stick, how easily it seems he turns pucks over. He's really sly, and when he turns them over, it goes from defense to offense very quickly.
Jukka Jalonen, the coach for Finland, a very decorated coach. 3 World Championship golds, an Olympic gold, World Junior gold, Finnish Coach of the Year, a Liga Championship. It's been a pretty good run.
Yeah, and getting a team together quickly, that's what this is all about, helping create some chemistry, handing some of that over to the veteran guys in the room, and you got to become a team quickly.
No shots on that power play. Back at the line, kept in. Kasperi Kapanen throws it to the front of the net. Harry Pessonen. Pessonen gets poke checked there by Bengtsson. Jammed up in behind the net. Kapanen trying to spin off the checking of Delarose, put it to the front of the net. Pessonen couldn't handle it cleanly. And then Peterson couldn't handle it cleanly, and that allows Finland to hold it in. And a shot from the line is off the stick and out of break. And out of the play it goes. Will step aside, scoreless. Nice round of applause for Esa Tikkanen, who is in the building. We talk about Finland's success since 2014 in IIHF play. 8 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze. That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty terrific stuff.
If you want to talk about gold medals, we'll go back to the women's game. But we won't right now. Where many felt that Finland should have had another gold medal there. They love their hockey here. Scramble off the face-off. Comes back at the line. Matin-Pala lets the shot go. Blocked in front, gets it again, and that one doesn't get through. Henrik Tomernes reverses against the traffic. Lindberg's going to have to hustle down low and comes up with it, spins, and fires it outside the line. Berggren will carry it in. Berggren to the outside, flipped it to the front of the net. Larmy caught it, drops it, plays it ahead, and Finland right back up the ice. This will get sent in by Freeman. Chopped off the boards by Lindberg, raced for it. Berggren couldn't get there first. Kept in by Bjornanen. Or Kakko off the blackboards. Kakko bringing it to the front of the net, doesn't shoot it, gets dragged down.
Oh, and he is hot now. There was no arm in the air there for a hooking call.
Well, the crowd's telling you what it thought. Salonen shot, didn't get through. The rebound was there for Kakko. Armia for Kakko. Back for Yoel Armia. And back for Kaapo Kakko. Trying to find a little bit of space and just not much there as Tomernes pokes it away.
There is none. The Swedes have really tightened up inside their own zone. They go man for man. There's a lot of communication, even on the rush when Finland's coming up the ice. Defensemen are pointing to their back, checking forwards. You got him. Get close to him, and everybody is.
Rantanen for Manninen. The puck was bouncing a little bit. Couldn't drive the one-timer through. Back in front. What a save. And then off the post. May have gone off the right arm of Johansson as Hartikainen right in front of the Finland goal.
As soon as I say that, Sweden makes a mess of it there, and they leave that top line with Hartikainen all alone in front of the net.
In front of the Sweden goal, pardon me. Rantanen going in after it. Jammed up along the boards, and Alexander Nylander sends it on. Mason Raymond will get it through center. Player changes now for Sweden. Played up the middle. This pass is picked off. Long shot, that's blockered away by Larmy as Peterson fired it in from the right side. Chipped off the boards and out of harm's way. Peterson carries in, tried to drop it back. Rundstrom for Par Lindholm. For Peterson. At the line, Nemeth the shot off a stick and high. And Harry Pessinen on the loose puck and sends it behind his own net for Lehtinen. Under 9 to go in the second. Lehtinen got bowled over and thrown to the backboards by Grundstrom. Delarose plays it on for Grundstrom, but he was on his way to the bench. And the Swedish fans react. Played up at center and back for Sorensen. To the front of the net, Sorensen with a redirect, didn't get enough on it. Delarose puts it back in, and Lehtinen will start out. On for Marco Antila, who deflects it to the line. It didn't get deep. Right back for Rasmus Sandin. On for Sorensen, back for Sandin. Swings it all the way around the boards. And Tomernes will have to retreat. Sandin plays it through. No score here in the second period. Lucas Raymond throws a backhander to the front of the net. Anton Lindholm is on it. Lindholm plays it back for Sandin. Sandin the shot. Save made. Larmy got the glove on that. Every time Antila gets the puck. Oh, big hit by Antila, and he's going to get a penalty for it. And the fans will not like that. They love Marco Antila in this building. 6'8", 229. A punishing hit. Took a long time for the officials to go over to the bench and tell Marco Antila that he had a penalty, and now Antila is in a major discussion.
Well, you mentioned his size, and it was a bad time for him to hit and go upward with it. He's got such size and strength and that weight behind him. He just wasted Sandin into the end glass, and that got everybody's attention. He went to the bench very calmly, his own bench, that is. The referees never said anything till right before we came back from the commercial break, but it is a power play here for Sweden.
So a power play for Sweden, first of the hockey game. Sandin to the goal line. It goes off the goal post. Point blank range for Zetterlund. Olimata for Koivisto, on for Salonen, and he'll lift this down the ice. Jordanen first on it off the backboards. Alexander Nylander plays it on for Sandin. Sandin will leave. Lindbergh gets it back for Nylander, back for Lindbergh. He'll chase it to the far side and sends it all the way back from where it came. Alexander Nylander up top for Sandin. First power play of the game for Sweden. Wrist shot, save made. Lucas Raymond from that far side. Shot by Nylander. And save made by Emil Larmi.
Sweden not messing around here. They want to get some shots. The last power play we saw for the Finns, they have no shots on goal in their power play. This one, Larmi, who's played good positional hockey, got out of position there. And for the Swedes, that went off the near side post. But on this power play, the Swedes taking a look, moving it around a little bit, but they are getting pucks to the net. They have that net front presence. Some tips, redirections, maybe a rebound or two, but they are shooting.
Peterson plays it to an open point.
I think he was trying to get it to Berggren over on that far wing, and he just got his stick tweaked up a little bit there because Berggren is wide open.
Rundstrom turned it over inside the Finland line, and Bjornanen sends it back out to neutral ice. Tomarnas, Carlson. Carlson will leave for Grundstrom. Grundstrom spins it back at the line for Tomarnas. For Peterson. Peterson down for Carlson. Final few seconds of the power play. Carlson in front for Berggren. He tried to get that back out front for Grundstrom. Intercepted. And Bjornanen hustles over to the far side and sends it down the ice. One shot on that power play, and Antila makes his way back to the Finland bench, and the Finland faithful appreciative of the effort. Long pass up at center. Linus Johansson, one of the new faces in the lineup for Sweden. Back for Pudas. That shot never got through. And off the backboards, taken there by Hartikainen, who had that great chance moments ago. On for Freeman. Freeman sent it into the corner. And Sweden back on the regroup. Nice outlet pass. On for Lucas Raymond. Across for Parr. Lindholm drops to Pudas. And a good save made by Larmi. Lucas Raymond on the loose puck back at the line. Wrist shot through traffic from Bengtson. And a glove save, and we get a stoppage in play. No score in this one. We'll give you one more Finland stat. Last 16 World Championships, 3 gold, 4 silver, and 2 bronze. So they have had success in back-to-back years here in Tampere. Gold last year and trying to repeat. Poked into the corner. And up at center for Pessinen. Plays it in deep. Henrik Tommen is first at it, on it. Tried to chip it back against the traffic. Far side it goes, and after it is Silverberg. Silverberg trying to work it free. Sandin is in there as well, so Sandin was right back out in the power play after taking that punishing hit from Antila. Kasperi Kapanen for Koivisto, and back for Kapanen. Finland was changing, so no one there, and that allows an easy exit for Sweden. On for Silverberg, slap shot off a stick and wide. Sandin will drive it in behind the Finland net. Comes around for Lindberg. Lindberg plays this up top. Berggren down for Sandin. Sandin and Koivisto to the backboards. Lindberg is there, and Olli Mata wins the battle and sends it on for Joel Armia off of his stick. Shot from the line, loose puck in front, and Emil Larmi jammed that one away. Little redirect back to the line, and Zetterlund's shot doesn't get through, and here comes Armia with Bengtson in pursuit, and Bengtson on the loose puck. Bengtson will find some room, and Lindberg had to get away from him. Saladin's pass is picked off at center by Bengtson. On for Berggren, drops it back, cross ice, scores! Oscar Lindberg has Sweden in front 1-0.
Sweden hasn't had many great chances on the rush, but this one they use the width of the ice, and it's the cross ice pass that gives Emil Larmi so much trouble in net. They get penetration, and then the pass over to the dot, and look at what it does to the goaltender. Larmi likes to come out and challenge. He has to dive back, and it's the perfect shot. Great execution here by the Swedes. They're up 1-0 in this game. Both teams, their offense has looked a little stiff. It's out of respect in how they play 5 men against 5 men. I get that. The Swedes won 1-0 against Germany in their first game. Germany played really well. It was a tough game. So I think the Swedes have that calmness about them. They're willing to play in these tight games. And this 1-0 lead will feel really good to them. As far as the Finns go, the Finns just couldn't get their offense going in their first game against USA. They lost 4-1. They had some grade A chances. The US, it looks on paper like they really took it going away. They gave up 4 or 5 at least unreal chances. So Finland was getting those chances. They're not getting as many chances in this game.
Anton Lindholm with the quick shot after the face-off win by Par Lindholm. Centered in front, loose puck, and grabbed off and taken out of harm's way by Rantanen. He'll play it through for Hartikainen. And offside is called against Finland. Zetterlund and Berggren on the assists.
Sweden doing a terrific job on that goal. The turnover in the neutral zone meant a lot for sure, because now Finland had to get back into their own zone and try to sort it out. They got back into the middle of the ice, which is the logical thing to do, but you're going to leave the outsides open in that case. And in that case, it was Oscar Lindberg getting to the dot, gets the pass, and it was the perfect shot high from that short side.
Oscar Lindberg, a Phoenix draft pick back in 2010. And has the game's opening tally. Jammed up in the corner. Silverberg trying to work it free. Sorensen off the sideboards, trying to get it to settle down. Back for Mikko Lehtonen. Banks it off the boards, looking for Rantanen. Bengtsson breaks it up. And Bengtsson thought that was offside, and Rantanen with a great scoring chance.
Everybody kind of let up there. I think they all thought it was offside. Even Rantanen, even though he took the shot, it's almost as if he thought he was going to hear the whistle blow. But that's another opportunity for Rantanen, where he came away with nothing, not even a shot on net.
Tomernes with the body check on Bjornen, and Lucas Raymond will just lift this all the way back. And now 1 minute left to go in the second period. And Marco Antila sends it across. Oksanen takes it in behind the Swedish net. Knocked off his stick by Tomernes. He'll get some support though from Bjornen. Plays it back at the line. Salonen trying to work his way through. Crowd reacted to that. Rasmus Sandin puts it behind his own net. Tomernes is going to go after it. Jams it up the boards. One last line change coming for Finland as the puck stays in the Swedish zone. Kakko turned and fired, and that got blocked. Stays on it. Goes cross ice. Slap shot by Ville Pukka, and that did not miss by much. Taken by Armia. Sweden trying to hang on till the bell. And they will.
Leo Carlsson may have saved the goal. It was Leo Carlsson who blocked that shot from Kaapo Kakko. After the Finns did a good job in the first period and had most of the play, the Swedes come back with this big goal in this 1-0 game, and they're used to playing these tight games.
Sweden has shut the Finns down. Only 12 shots on goal, 20 for Sweden. It's 1-0 Sweden after 40.
Go Gubs, go Gubs.
The 2023 IIHF app. Featuring all statistics on your favorite players, your favorite teams, and real-time game updates at your fingertips. Find us universe in
Wait, come on. Look. Hey! Right! Hey! Come on, guys. Come on. Play it. Come on, guys. Loose it. Good job.
Aika 32-42. Team Finland 12, Marko Anttila. Laita applaus. Aika 32-42. Team Finland 12, Laita applaus. Aika 32-42. Team Finland 12, Team Finland 12.
Jacob Delarose and his mates have been perfect so far in this World Championship. Emil Larmi has been very good, has had one get by him tonight, has stopped 19 of 20. And a bit of a quieter night at the other end of the ice. Only 13 shots for Lars Johansson, the 35-year-old.
I take a look at that top line of Finland and the frustration level, especially for Rantanen, who's had 3 really good looks at the net, and it hasn't even hit the net. He had 55 goals in the NHL. Hartikainen had 28 goals in the Swiss League, and Manninen had 14 goals only in the American League. But Manninen is the one who's been scoring here in this tournament, but they're all dry so far.
Delarose plays this in behind his own net. Manninen is on the loose puck. Tried to get it to the front of the goal. Silverberg breaks it up. Delarose will chase this down into the Finland zone. Otama goes after it. Delarose is after him and rides him out with some velocity in the corner. Otama now being hounded from the backside. Puck comes out at center. Hartikainen will carry it in. Olimata gets it back. Koivisto lets the shot go. Comes off the backboards for Kakko. Kakko trying to dodge the checking of Jonathan Pudas. Rink wide it goes. Koivisto for Olimata. And a glove save by Johansson.
Velocity is a good word to use in this game, Dennis, because there hasn't been a lot of velocity to it. It's been so tight checking. And you take a look at the only goal that's been scored in this game. The tight checking has just taken the velocity level down, so adds to the frustration of the guys who like to handle the puck on both teams.
Neutral zone turnover leading to that goal by Lindbergh, the only goal so far in this game. Koivisto chases this back into his own zone with Peterson after him. And an icing call against Finland.
The Swedes were able to ramp it up pretty good. Their game against the Germans that they won 1-0. There was a lot going on in that game, and their big guys were able to, get some touches and some looks. Here's some of the action in this game that was in tight, but everything is tight in this game. So you have to be able to play 2 different ways in this tournament if you're going to go all the way to the gold medal.
Joel Armia tried to get that back across for Kakko. Tomarinen has got back to break it up. Kakko back at the line looking for Olimata. That got away from him. Alexander Nylander will give chase on the far side, but it's cleared away and up at center for Salonen. Salonen leaves for Armia. Walked it in and ripped it over top the net. Lars Johansson way out to cut down the angle. And Joel Armia allowed to walk right down Main Street. And he missed the 6x4. Shot from Nylander. That got turned aside. Salonen sends it around for Armia. Former first-round pick of the Buffalo Sabres.
That was one of the best chances that they've had in the game. And it was because of the way they came out of their zone. There was spaces. There hadn't been spaces coming up the ice. Armia walked right down the top of the circle and blew it right over the net. That's the way things have gone for the Finns. They've got to lower the sights literally, and somebody's got to get hot here.
Lammikko turns, fires to the front, deflected by Kasperi Kapanen. And Johansson got the left pad down. Freeman fires this to the front of the net, hit Lammikko. He didn't know where it was. Kapanen went down in the corner, and that allows Anton Lindholm to send it across, but Zetterlund couldn't do anything with it. Pestinen throws it to open ice. Carl Lindholm going after it, and it's up for Anton Lindholm and on to Berggren. Berggren will hit the line and had to get away from him. And Finland on the regroup. Oksanen looking for Marco Antila. That failed to materialize. Puck came right to the front of the Swedish bench during the line change. Carl Lindholm chases this down in the corner. Grundstrom gets it back at the line. Shot blocked in front and right back up the ice. Angela looking for that lead pass to try and maybe get a breakaway, but it goes for icing.
Finland had a great chance on the rush. Here's the one we were talking about. Look at that. That is grade A. You push the Swedes back to the tops of the circle. Armia takes a look in the middle. Did he get a glove on it? Maybe he touched that one just a tad. Maybe Johansson got a little tick on that one, but nonetheless, it didn't go in the back of the net in a grade A opportunity.
Crowd reacting to a 85% naked gentleman dancing in the stands.
Thank God for that 15%. There's a look at Antala, who was in trouble for taking that penalty. He got a little too heavy on the forecheck. You take a look here at the atmosphere here. People sit in groups. Virtually everybody wears jerseys. It is amazing to me to watch this. I love it. And you can see every form of Swedish jersey, every form of Finnish jersey from the last 20 years
it's
here.
Great. That's great.
It's great.
Action tomorrow. A couple more games. Denmark and Austria. Denmark at 2-0. One of the victories coming in extra time. And then a second game here will be France against Hungary. France has been good. Crowd reacts as Sandin takes Manninen down. Sandin trying to chop this past Hartikainen. Hartikainen stays with it. Spun it out to the front of the net. And it never did get to Sakari Manninen. Stolen now by Delarose, and Delarose gets dragged down.
The referees have let them play. I mean, they've let go probably 4 or 5 penalties in this game. They know it's going to be intense and there's going to be contact. They've let them play, like it or not.
Sepala shot to the short side, turned away by Johansson. Hartikainen is on it. Hartikainen protects the puck, throws it back door. Billy Polka centers, scramble at the side of the net.
Sandin saved the goal in the crease.
Rasmus Sandin playing goal.
What a play by Hartikainen, just standing there and waiting for his defenseman to move down to the blue line to get that chance.
Battle on the far side. Capo Kako will stuff this out the center. Bengtsson is there. And this ends up in the Finnish bench.
That's some of the best action. There's Hartikainen. What a beautiful move. He had everybody mesmerized. The play into the crease, and see there's Sandin. The goaltender's way up. He ends up out of the net here, sliding way away, and there's Sandin. What a battle he had in the crease there against guess who? Mikko Rantanen.
Kudus will send this in. Selinen off the backboards, plays it ahead for Capo Kako. Kako trying to take that deep, could not, and Zetterlund will just chip this off the boards and send it back out at center. Selinen back into his own end. Kako plays it deep. Joel Armia after it. Selinen short side. And Johansson will hang on to that and will have a face-off in the Sweden end of the ice.
There's another look at that play. It's just some outstanding stuff. That is great. Look at the battle there by Sandin. Terrific work. That was Polka who had moved down from the point on the backside while every Swedish player was watching Hartikainen stand there on his backhand. They never expected a backhand pass across ice. That was absolutely a brilliant play by Hartikainen. It nearly worked.
Carl Lindholm to face off against Lamiko. Lamiko did not like the way the puck was dropped. He almost was expecting the play to be stopped, but it keeps on going and it's jammed out the center ice. Par Lindholm takes it away from Lamiko. Lamiko gets some help there from Pestinen. Kasperi Kapanen there as well, but it ends up on the stick of Andre Peterson, and he whipped it wide. Rundstrom tries to work it out front. Mikko Lehtinen stays with him. Around it goes, no room for Pestinen. Back for Rundstrom, and now he went down. Lehtinen sends it on for Kapanen. Kapanen leaves it there for Pestinen. Lamiko with a deflection, scores! Got a whack at the rebound, and Finland has tied the game, and for the first time in this World Championship, Sweden has allowed a goal.
You could feel the sigh of relief from the whole building, and everybody is starting to really get into it now. Excellent attack here, and then the goal is just a strange one. It's from a really bad angle. It's going to be a backhand. The goaltender does not get up against the post in time. Lamiko just stays with it. Johansson doesn't get up against the post with his upper body. Lamiko was smart enough. He got to the puck quickly. It hit the pad, ramped up, and hit the side of the goaltender as he was about to squeeze his body against the goalpost. But he didn't get there in time. So, of all the chances that they've had, really wasn't even a great chance, and they finally get on the scoreboard.
A crazy shift for Lamiko. He was upset at the officials, thought that he was interfered with on the far side boards, didn't like the way the puck was dropped off the face-off, and had something to say to the linesman. Then got rubbed out at his own end of the ice and ends up with a goal. Yeah,
all the frustration from the Finns really came out on that entire shift. You saw both sides. You can feel the collective sigh here. Let's see how it changes the game.
Well, the building was starting to quiet down a little bit. Between periods, the Swedish fans were singing and the Finnish fans were looking a little bit concerned. 166 minutes and 47 seconds of shutout hockey for Sweden before Finland gets on the board to tie this game. Rantanen will dump it in. Anton Lindholm back for it. Rantanen after him. Manninen gets it on for Hartikainen. Throws it to the front of the net. It was blocked. This line has been a handful. So good in tight. Through center. Sent on ahead. Lindberg, who has the Sweden goal. He'll leave it there. Backhand shot. That goes wide from Sorensen. Pudas back at the blue line. Goes cross ice. Long wrist shot. Delarose was there. That gets turned away. And cleared out at center ice.
You know what the talk is on the Finnish bench now. The first goal that Sweden's given up. We can get another one. We'll put them under stress really for the first time in the entire tournament and see how they react to this. So they're coming with a big push. And of course, you can hear the crowd in behind them. That's their sixth man on the ice, the sixth forward that can help them out.
Nemeth for Bengtsson. He'll play it up the left side board. Silverberg is after it. Ole Mata got there first, and here comes Capo Kakko. Trying to bust his way through, gets a shot away. It's off the stick and wide. Puck battle on the far side. Ends up back in the corner. Par Lindholm trying to stick with Capo Kakko. Kakko had it knocked off his stick, and Grundstrom sends Peterson in. Peterson, save made. Emil Larmi. 1-1 Sweden, Finland.
Timo Larmi with the save of the game so far. Peterson was shot out of a cannon on that breakaway. Grundstrom with a beautiful pass. They forced a turnover in their own zone. The Swedes with the quick break. And Peterson just exploded up the ice and was beaten by Larmi with that save.
Hessinen trying to handle it at center, could not. Gets wrapped up there. Johansson, Linus Johansson sends it in and goes in after it. Just gets sent all the way around the board. Zetterlund couldn't trap it on the far side. Back into the slot it goes. Lamico, one in the game, looking for two.
What a move by Kapanen along the wall. Unreal move on Tomernes. He just sneaked by him along the wall, and that's what set that up.
This will get sent off the boards by Matten Palo, out to center. Anton Lindholm will send this back in. And Larmi is going to get that into his mitt and hang on to it. 9:58 to go in the third period. We're deadlocked at 1. Saw the two newcomers for Sweden, Linus Johansson, along with Zetterlund on that last shift. Zetterlund in San Jose now, came from New Jersey. That trade for Timo Meier, in total, 9 players and 4 draft picks.
Unreal.
There's a lot of names involved in that deal. 9:45 to go, third period. Leo Carlsson, the 18-year-old, dropped it back. And this is grabbed off. Oksanen trying to clear. Lucas Raymond trying to take that to the net. Chipped out at center, and Carlsson will poke it back into his own zone. On for Pudas. Terrific career in the SHL for him. Lindholm going after it. Gets a little bit of help there from Berggren. Berggren gets taken down twice. And the puck loose, and Oksanen will send it out to center ice and back to the Sweden line. Andre Peterson, who had that terrific chance moments ago. Stripping the puck. Rantanen, the shot by Hartikainen as Rantanen set him up in the high slot.
I think that hit Bengtson and his skate went wide.
Hartikainen trying to get to the forehand, didn't, slipped it wide. Manninen back for Hartikainen. Hartikainen using that size. Rantanen puts on the brakes against Patrick Nemeth. Rantanen for Manninen. Sakari Manninen for Hartikainen. And back for Manninen. Plays it back at the line. Hartikainen all the way down low is Mikko Lehtinen. He had the winner against Germany a couple nights ago. Finally, Patrick Nemeth, and Rantanen takes him down. And on for Peterson. Ultima stops Peterson at the line. Rasmus Sandin quickly on for Grundstrom. Grundstrom throws it from a sharp angle. Seemed to surprise Emil Larmi, but he hangs on to it.
There's no doubt. That one surprised them, no doubt about this. Here's a look at the breakaway again in the outstanding save by Larmi. Really nice stuff. Look at this little move along the wall. That's one I was talking about. And then a great scoring chance here for Lammikko. I guess that was a save. It was so hard to tell whether that hit Bjornen in on the back check right in front, or did the goaltender make the save. I think Johansson, on another look at it, did make that bad save. Two of the biggest saves of the game here, and still 1-1.
Koivisto, Kakko. Kakko trying to spin this up the middle for Jiri Salonen. And this will end up going for icing.
The feel and momentum of games like this that are so intense between these two countries. The Finnish fans, they were singing, and yeah, they were having a good time, but man, the change in the building, which does transfer to the players, and the players were feeling it too, because the Finns just couldn't score on the chances they were getting, and they weren't getting a lot of chances.
Joel Armia to the Sweden line, no further, and Rasmus Sandin will take over. Tomernes plays it up the boards. Koivisto will try and send it right back out. Kakko's pass went off a skate, and Silverberg with a short side try. De La Rose ties it up. Sandin jumps into the play. Sandin gets double teamed, tried to pitch it down low, but Joel Armia will pitch it out. Salonen plays it back into his own zone, and Koivisto with under 7 to go in regulation. Team USA sitting up top this group with 9 points. Probably be okay if this ended up being a 2-point victory for one of these teams. And another player gets taken down. Play goes on. That was Lindberg who opened the scoring for Sweden. Pessonen with Lammikko, who has the goal for Finland, circling up to the front of the net. And he got poked to the line, kept in. No, it comes out. As Seppala unable to hold it in. Pessonen now and Lindberg, and they get jostling on the far side. Bengtsson will snap it around the boards. Carlson puts it around for Berggren. Berggren for Lucas Raymond. He lost control of it, and it's up for Rantanen. Chips it off the glass, and this will go for icing.
One thing you don't see in this game is defensemen getting up or starting the rush or carrying the puck up the ice. Both teams are so much into their structure. Their defensemen stay back. They seem to be so afraid. There's a look at the goal for Finland that relieved all that pressure. But both teams want their defensemen back. They don't want to have any turnovers in the neutral zone and not have a defenseman back.
On the left side for Hartikainen. He took a bit of a bump there from Patrick Nemeth. Cleared back in, and Lars Johansson's not going to take any chances with Rantanen coming in. 5:37 to go. Last 2 meetings at World Championship play between these two teams have gone to extra time. So with 5:37 left to go in a 1-1 tie, you can hedge your bets. Last year in preliminary round action, Sweden in a shootout prevailed. Rantanen will hang on to it, and Johansson goes across and makes the save.
That was Otama coming down from the point.
2019 at the World Championship quarterfinal play, Finland defeated Sweden 5-4 in overtime. Here's a pass to the back doors. Manninen was there, and there's a penalty coming. Zetterlund is going to get the call for hooking, and Finland will go to the power play.
I think they had to call this one for sure. And if you're going to take a penalty, that's the penalty to take. A terrific pass. That is a scoring chance, no doubt. And the hook is the reason that it didn't end up in the back of the net. The Finns using the back of the net, by the way, to their advantage. They're creating a couple of opportunities. Now they're on the power play, the chance to go ahead.
Finland 2 for 6 on the power play in this World Championship. 0 for 2 in this game. Sweden has been perfect, 7 for 7 on the penalty kill. Olli Maatta for Capo Kakko. 2 for Kasperi Kapanen. Kapanen will take the return pass from Joel Armia. Armia will send it back down low for Kakko. Armia floats to the near side. Pessanen back for Kakko. Back up top for Olli Maatta. Wrist shot. Good blocker. Saved there by Johansson. Armia. Olli Maatta. Back for Armia. Delays. Fakes. Up top. Down for Capo Kakko from Olli Maatta. Kakko. Pessanen. Save made by Johansson on a neat little between the legs try by Pessanen. On for Kakko. Back for Maatta and down for Armia. And back for Maatta. 45 in the power play. Save Johansson. Rebound. And this will be backhanded down the ice by De La Rose.
And that was not the big line out there to start that power play for Finland. They got a couple of looks. They moved it around, but now the big line comes up.
Manninen to the line with Salonen. Anton Lindholm tried to reverse against the traffic. Salonen blocked it. Hartikainen on for Rantanen. Rantanen being watched there by Silverberg. Plays it back at the line for Lehtinen and back for Rantanen and back for Lehtinen. Lehtinen for Rantanen off the end of his stick. He has had some trouble with that twig tonight.
No kidding.
Salonen spun around. Power play is over. 3 shots on that man advantage. Zetterlund in on the forecheck as he comes out of the penalty box. And now under 3. Zetterlund will carry it in. Tried to get that across for Lindberg. And Manninen was there to break it up. Natten-Palo on for Oksanen. With some speed, takes it wide. Good shot to the short side. Johansson the save. Leo Carlson on for Zetterlund. Fabian Zetterlund to the line and to the red line. Dragged down and Finland back. Marco Antila, backhand shot. And Lars Johansson makes the save.
That was close. Antila attacking on that left wing side, but he's on his backhand. There's a look at that in between the legs. Slick little move there by Pessanen. And in the end, another look. But just what happened a moment ago with Antila attacking down that left wing side, he was on his backhand. Sandin had stepped up a little bit and had lost his speed. Antila got the cross-side pass, and he was attacking with some speed. But fortunately for Sandin, he was able to keep him on his backhand, so he got a dangerous shot, but not nearly as bad as it would have been had he been on his forehand.
Patrick Nemeth will send this up on the left side. After it is Linus Johansson. They jam it up in the corner. And it finally came loose, but then Koivisto was spilled. Lammikko is after it. Johansson spins it around the boards. Bengtsson's there to hold it in. And now grabbed by Koivisto, and he'll send Kapanen away. Kapanen leaves for Pessinen. And a blocker save on the short side. Bengtsson on for Lindberg, plays it back into his own zone to Nemeth, then gets it back, slipped down the left side boards. And Lehtinen tried to get that to go across the line for icing. Manninen sends it in, and Hartikainen with $1:20 to go in regulation goes after it, came to the side of the net. Par Lindholm lays it ahead for Peterson. Peterson for Grundstrom. Grundstrom will send it in, and Emil Larmi will play it up for Hartikainen. Into the final minute, Hartikainen. And that line to the bench. Well, Rantanen goes to the bench. Manninen stays out, and now he'll turn and head to the bench as well. Emil Larmi will play it up on the boards. Kept it at the line. Rasmus Sandin, wrist shot wide. Comes around for Salonen, tried to drive it up the wall. Gets a second chance, and he'll skate it out. Popped it in, and Delarose back for it. Armia with the stick lift on Delarose. Delarose blocked the pass, and Kakko is on it. Kakko trying to spin his way out of the corner against the checking of Tomernes. Throws it to the short side wide. Freeman. Salonen. Up top it comes, Manton Pala. And this is all the way around the boards. And back where Yoel Armia will send it on for Freeman. We are headed to overtime.
Finland finally got that monkey off their back, and they tied this up. You could feel the sigh of relief that came with a good push. The Swedes have not had much in the latter half of this third.
Lindberg for Sweden, Lammikko, or for Finland, Lammikko for Finland. We're tied.
As the score is tied after regular time, 5 minutes started at overtime will follow after a 3-minute intermission. The overtime will be played with 1 goalkeeper and 3 skaters per team. Laukaukset maalia kohti 3. erässä Ruotsi 2, Suomi 13. Shots on goal in the third period. Team Sweden 2, Team Finland 14.
Shots in the third period were 14-2 in favor of Finland, and Brian, I guess we shouldn't be surprised that for 3 straight World Championship games, these guys are going to overtime.
The way they play, it's the structure that both countries use all the time. The 5-on-5 play, you have to admire it. I know coaches watching these games go, that's really good stuff. That's really good stuff too. Watch how everybody is so well disciplined and so well coached. There aren't many holes out there for sure. There have been missed opportunities, and you just don't get as many as you normally do. I go back to Finland's game against the U.S. to open things up. Even though they only scored 1 goal, they had 5, 6 chances, maybe more. I mean, really good chances. They haven't had, those screaming chances in this game here tonight. Sweden opens up with that 1-0 win against Germany. There weren't that many chances. It was a really well-played hockey game. There were some, but they were used to it. So their nerves, they don't seem to have any. Sweden, nothing bothers them here. I think that Finland was rattled, but when they scored that goal, now it'll be really interesting. 3-on-3. Will there be any end-to-end action here, or is one team going to win the opening face-off and drop back and just play puck possession for a while?
2019, it was Sakari Manninen that ended the game in overtime. And he will start with Hartikainen and Mikko Lehtinen on that far side. Tomarnas will start along with Sorensen and Lindberg. And Sorensen will take this back into his own zone. He'll swing it across. Oscar Lindberg will wind his way in. Lindberg takes a look, turns, sends it back for Sorensen. Tomarnas heads for the front of the net. And Sorensen will take it back out. Lindberg leaves it there, and with some speed, Lucas Raymond has some room. Raymond puts on the brakes. He'll send it back at the line for Bengtsson. Bengtsson out there with Grundstrom. Grundstrom getting pressured at the line, and Kasperi Kapanen steals.
Fatigue is always a huge factor on the 3-on-3. You get caught out there, it's tough. It's not like the NHL, though. They don't switch ends. They stayed in their own end. That makes some of the line changes easier.
Kapanen leaves for Rantanen. Rantanen will carry it in, spinorama, put it to the back post. And now a long lead pass as Lucas Raymond was in behind everyone. Nemo Larmi will leave it there, and Kapanen will wind it up. Overtime between Finland and Sweden. Kapanen puts on the brakes, and no one was there to dark jersey. It goes all the way back in behind the Finland net. Olli Maatta will start out. He'll drop it for Kakko. On there with Armia. Kakko with some speed. The shot save made. Johansson got enough of it. Joel Armia sends it back for Kakko. Kakko being watched by Par Lindholm. Almost left it there for Armia, who was ready for the one-timer, but Kakko keeps on going, trying to lose the checking of Par Lindholm. Now plays it back for Armia.
Kakko's a type of player in this situation that could make plays one-on-one. He's been dancing around a lot out there, and you saw he was just looking for a little bit of an edge there in that one-on-one battle. He didn't get it.
Peterson dropped the shoulder into Kakko, and then Armia took Sandin down, Erasmus Sandin, in a conversation with the referee. Berggren back for it. Berggren for Tomarnas. Tomarnas spin around the mold, takes it to the net, and Larmi, and a penalty coming up. Tomarnas draws the penalty, and Sweden will get the man advantage in overtime.
A great play by Tomarnas. He was fresh coming off the bench. A little beautiful spin around move and got it right into the paint area. There's the chance for Finland prior to that.
That shot surprised Johansson.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for when it came, and that when he just got a piece of it enough. Kakko, who was spinning around and stopping and starting, he's one of the most dangerous players on the ice when it comes to the one-on-one battles. But now it's all different for them because Joel Armia is in the penalty box.
Finland had the power play late in the third. Sweden gets the power play here in overtime as Joel Armia to the box. There's the spinorama by Tomarnas, who came off the bench.
Yeah, that was a beauty. And you saw Armia's stick get tweaked up in the hands and underneath, and the point of the blade comes up, and it's a hook. So it's a good call.
So it'll be 4-on-3.
Which makes a big difference, a huge difference. So much more room out there. There'll be a lot more motion, especially if the Swedes can win the face-off here and put the three defenders under stress for Finland.
1 for 6 in the tournament for Sweden. on the power play, 0 for 1 tonight. And a face-off win by Bjornanen. And Ultima will clear this down the ice.
Again, another win for him. That's a big face-off win.
Sandin drops it for Peterson, who drops it for Raymond. Who sends it on for Lindberg, and back at the line for Rasmus Sandin, and back for Lucas Raymond. Sandin. Back across it goes, near side Raymond, trying to work it in. Peterson on that far side. It comes back at the line for Raymond. Lindberg in front. Peterson takes the pass, sends it across. Blast off the short side, may have hit the side of the net by Raymond. Lindberg on the retrieval. In across for Lucas Raymond, the shot that got blocked. Rasmus Sandin doesn't shoot it, gets it across for Peterson. Peterson wires it looking high, short side, missed the net. Raymond will hold it in with 45 seconds in the man advantage. Peterson. Sandin. Peterson. Sandin was ready for it. It wasn't in the wheelhouse. Lucas Raymond back for Sandin. Through some traffic off a stick. And Bjornanen getting in the way of that shot.
I'm a little surprised here. Sweden not much of a threat at all. I mean, everything is so slow and so deliberate. There's extra room out there, but only the puck carrier is moving. They're not really accomplishing much at all. That's one theory in trying to look for the perfect shot and end the game. That did not look very good. The other theory is to go and use your 4 guys. Get everybody going, get shots to the net. You got one extra guy to go for rebounds.
Bjornanen stays out for the faceoff. Actually won it, but they couldn't clear. And overtime in Riga as well, as Larmy will hang on to this.
Commernis trying to pick the top corner from well out, using the screen. It was an okay screen, but not a great one. Larmy was able to see that one fairly easily, and it was all about grabbing the rebound. But I'm really shocked for that first minute plus that Sweden really didn't accomplish very much.
20 seconds in the penalty to Yoel Amria. He'll come out and we'll have some 4-on-4. And with only 17 seconds left after he comes out, we may finish the overtime at 4-on-4. Barring a goal here by Sweden. Bengtsson down for Per Lindholm. Ultima. Good defensive position, gets inside position on Per Lindholm. And good shift there by Ultima. He'll send it down the ice, and Yoel Armia's out of the box.
Terrific work by those penalty killers. Finland didn't show them anything and just dragged them down into the dirt.
There's a wrister and a good one from Sorensen at the dying seconds here that went over top the net. Well, 65 minutes doesn't solve it. It's going to get solved in a shootout. 1-1. Finland, Sweden. We'll be back. So each team with a point, and they'll play for the extra point. It'll be a 2-point victory for one of these teams. So that will leave USA up top this division with 9 points. Sam Howell, first year behind the bench for this World Championship team. The Vaxial Championship for him. Over 12,000 in this building tonight.
Pressure on those two guys. That's what it's all about. Finland's going to go first.
First penalty shot for Team Finland, number 29, Ahti Oksanen.
So Finland will shoot first. Ahti Oksanen in on Johansson. Oksanen fires, scores.
Just a hair of a hesitation there. He didn't get in too deep. You could tell he was going to be a shooter right away. And he just beat Johansson to the ice, who couldn't drop quickly enough.
5-player shootout. Henrik Tomernes is next to shoot for Sweden. And he finds the back of the net. What a move by Tomernes.
Well, from the defenseman union, you can't get a better move than this. How about selling the goaltender on your forehand shot and then going to the backhand? That is brilliant.
Okay, someone needs to come off that Finland bench.
I can't do that. Everybody's like, nope, not me.
Guys playing rock, paper, scissors to see who was going next. Here comes Kasperi Kapanen. Kapanen fires and Johansson makes the save.
Made that one look easy. Kapanen trying to go 5-hole. There was no disguise on that one.
Lucas Raymond will be up next to try and give Sweden the lead in the shootout. Raymond in on Larmi and finds the back of the net as well. So Sweden 2 for 2 in the shootout. Lucas Raymond 5-hole.
He got Larmi backing in early, and I think Larmi knew he was in bad position there. He was trying to spread out and cover both sides of the net, and that 5-hole was huge.
55-goal scorer with Colorado, Mikko Rantanen. And Rantanen is stopped by Johansson.
See the difference there in Johansson. Johansson was a block. He never moved. Watch where he is on the edge of the paint. He is a big-looking goaltender as compared to Larmi on that last goal. He let in how he backed in.
Oscar Lindberg. And Lindberg misses the net. Larmi may have got a piece of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Lindberg was in the shooting mode all the way, no doubt about that. Does the foot come out enough? No, I don't think he just missed it. He might have gone off the skate plate, but he didn't have much of a chance anyway.
Teemu Hartikainen. And Hartikainen misses the net. So now for the win.
He comes in and opens up his feet a little bit of a distraction, trying to get the goalie not looking. He just plain missed the shot.
Andre Peterson to win it for Sweden against Larmi, and Larmi makes the save. Sweden with a chance, and Finland stays alive.
That is a heck of a save. Peterson wants him to move. He does move, but then he recovers with that glove. What a reaction save there by Larmi.
Joel Armia has to score. Armia in on Johansson and scores. Joel Armia with the quick release finds the spot, low glove.
Boy, what a pressure shot this is. The quickness to move from the stick handle to the forehand and release, almost all in one motion. That's what did it.
Sorensen for the win. Marcus Sorensen fakes, fires, Larmi stays with him.
Larmy's down, and then he still reacts. It's like he was going for that first shot, and then he still had enough to respond to that fake. Wow, that's a great save.
So Sweden will start the second round of the shootout, and you can use the same player again. And Lucas Raymond is going to get the opportunity to find the back of the net again. Raymond in on Larmy. Raymond to the forehand, scores!
Larmy's mad at himself there. That was a really nice move by Raymond. Larmy felt he was there, but then he opened his legs up. So he said, oh, I got you, I'm with you. No, it was a great shot coming back by Raymond, 5-hole.
Well, Antti Oksanen, who scored the first time, will go for a second time. In on Johansson. And Johansson gets a piece of it. And that is it. Johansson with a big stop, and Sweden will win.
What a hockey game with all the emotion there. Finland had to battle back. They weren't being able to score. They tied it up. It goes all the way to the very end. But Sweden prevails here.
So a winning goal by Lucas Raymond. Sweden will go to 3-0. A thriller here in Tampere. 2-1 final.
The final score of the game is Team Finland 1, Team Sweden 2. Vuoden 2023 IIHF jälkeen MM-kisojen yhteistyökumppani Raiffeisen Bank International palkitsee kummankin joukkueen parhaan pelaajan. The best players of both teams will be awarded by Raiffeisen Bank International, official sponsor of the 2023 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship Tournament. Ruotsin palkinnon jakaa prize for Team Sweden is presented by Raiffeisen Bank Internationalin Pohjoismaiden edustaja, Chief Representative of Nordic Countries in Raiffeisen Bank International, Jyrki Ranta. Suomen palkinnon jakaa prize for Team Finland is presented by tänään nimitetty Tampereen pormestari, today appointed mayor of the city of Tampere, Kalervo Kummola. Suomen paras pelaaja, best player of Team Finland, numero 42, number 42, Kasperi Kapanen. Ruotsin paras pelaaja, best player of Team Sweden, numero 32, number 32, Lukas Bengtsson. Arvoisa yleisö, jos pystyt, pyydä nousemaan ylös, ottamaan halun päästäsi ja kuulemaan voittajajoukkueen Ruotsin Vuoden 2023 IIHF MM-kisat jatkuvat huomenna täällä Nokia Areenalla ottelulla Tanska-Itävalta kello 16.20. Tervetuloa. The 2023 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship tournament will continue tomorrow in Nokia Arena at 4:20 p.m. with the game Team Denmark against Team Austria. Welcome.
smsar.
Kasperi, no doubt a tough loss tonight. This one went the battle. Overtime, then a shootout. What made Sweden's defense so hard to crack tonight?
They got a lot of speed, a lot of skill, and they're smart guys with the puck. Not necessarily the biggest guys, but they move the puck well, and they joined the rush. So I think they did a pretty good job today.
Despite the loss, Emil Larmi making some critical saves tonight. What did you think of his performance between the pipes?
Yeah, he's been good all year, and especially for us right now. So he kept us in there, and we just got we got 1 point, but would have loved to get 2.
I know you've represented Finland before at the 2018 World Championship. How good does it feel to be playing here in Finland in front of a packed sea of fans every night?
Joo, tuntuu aina hyvältä, että täällä on hyvä meteliä ja hyvä meininki, mutta pitää ruveta voittaa pelejä. Ei riitä tämmöiset, että tänään ei vaan riittänyt.
Kasperi, thank you.
Thank you.
Lucas, this game went the distance. Overtime, then a shootout. You score the game-winning goal. How good did that one feel?
Nice, obviously. It's a tight game. I think both teams play good, so it was nice to get the win.
Sweden is now 3-0 at the tournament so far. What are you most proud of when it comes to this team?
I think just the way we play. I think we play the right way. I think we super solid defensively and then rely on Lars a lot. So yeah, just everyone chipping in and playing for the team.
You mentioned your goaltending. How crucial was that not only tonight but in these first 3 wins so far at the tournament?
It was nice. I mean, both goalies play great, so it's good to rely on that.
And lastly, Swedish. A dominant start at this tournament, obviously 3-0 right now. Ultimately, what do you think Sweden is capable of?
Jag tror vi kan gå hela vägen. Vi har ett lag med alla lagdelar, så att försöka bara fortsätta jobba och ta varje match när den kommer.
Lucas, thank you. Congrats on the win.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Mycket bra.
The 2023 IIHF app. Featuring all statistics of your favorite players, your favorite teams,